What is up, old AF gang? It's your boy Ricky, and I'm back like the dude out of Die Hard who was hung and left for dead and popped up again just before the credits rolled. Now, I was watching the absolute classic that is Lethal Weapon the other day, and the little nip Endo popped up to inflict some excruciating electronic torture on Martin Riggs in a scene that portrayed a henchman who really takes pride in his quality of work. But wait, I've seen this little yellow-skinned dude somewhere before. Quite a few times, in fact. But where? So I got to thinking, Ricky, you heavy-drinking, drunken swine, you. Who is this expendable throwaway henchman who pops up in some of the most classic action movies of the 80s and 90s? So jump on board as we talk about Leong, the henchest of all henchmen. Nobody has henched quite as much as this henchest of the henchman you never knew. Let's go! Right. My first encounter with Leong was back when I saw Lethal Weapon for the first time. He played Endo, a henchman who takes some serious pride in his work when it came to attacking Mel Gibson with a sponge whilst taking a shower. I think the fact he actually had a name in this movie and a couple of lines made him a very memorable character. So every time I used to see him pop up on a VHS action movie, I used to shout, "It's Endo!" It was kind of like Where's Wally for the action flick fans back in the day. But instead of a bobble hat and specs, he'd have long hair and a beard, and would probably be lying on the floor with blood coming out his mouth. But anyway, I digress. Let's get back on track as I take you through some of the most memorable movies with this throwaway bad guy. Any fan of John Carpenter's Big Trouble in Little China will know all about the brooding underworld tension between the Ching Sing and the excitable and slightly aggressive Wing Kong. And the fact that they used to stick one of their fingers up when they killed a man as if to say, "Got one." But do you remember this little animated hatchet-wielding fella? Yes, it's Endo. Ah, good times. Whilst on the subject of John Carpenter, remember the Asian revolutionary dude? Yep, it's Endo. Another movie with fond memories from my childhood is Die Hard, with John McClane taking on Hans Gruber and his gang of crackpot terrorists. But wait! Who's that little slitty-eyed dude snatching sweet sugary bars of confectionery amongst the Germans? It's Endo! Probably in his most ludicrous character placement yet. But hey-ho, the producers must have thought, let's just call 0800 dial a henchman. And 10 minutes later, little Al popped up looking all menacing and shit. Poor old Al bought at the end of this movie when opening the door on the roof and being pumped full of lead from Big Brucey's Beretta. He popped up in Black Rain, in a Blink and You'll Miss It segment as one of Sato's assassins, and in Death Warrant with Van Damme as Bruce. There was Showdown in Little Tokyo with Big Dolph, Rapid Fire with Brandon Lee in a larger than normal part, a dude who got killed with an ice cream through the fucking head in Last Action Hero, a comedic turn in Hot Shots Part 2, a mechanic to the slaughter in Beverly Hills Cop 3, a gang member in Escape from LA, a gunman in John Woo's epic action movie The Replacement Killers, a fishing boat crewman in Godzilla, Genghis Khan in Bill and Ted. Honestly, man, the list goes on and on. Nearly every action movie you see, if you've got a sharp eye, you too can be screaming, "It's Endo!" whilst pointing at the TV. But wait! I thought Endo got his neck snapped in Lethal Weapon by Martin Riggs after he'd had enough being sponged down in the shower. Fast forward 11 years to 1998's Lethal Weapon 4 and we see a familiar face. What in the name of Hades is going on here then? It's Endo! Yes, he's back from the dead, and after his boss Gary Busey got drowned in a puddle and shot to death by Riggs and Murtaugh, he had to seek new employment and found it with the Triads. After all, a man's got to feed his family, although I'm very surprised Riggs didn't recognise him. Anyway, that was my homage to the absolute legend, Leong. Thanks for watching, old AF gang, and as always, stay lit, stay beautiful, stay safe, but most importantly, stay smiling! Do you feel the